Okay, so there's a long time coming, but I finally got back to figuring out this challenge, and I figured out how to beat it. I figured out how to finally beat this stage, the final one. It was with one unit, AMAN. There's a reason why. AMAN is like Sanji. He has big circle AoE for a rare unit, and attacks pretty fast, especially with Godspeed. Now, you could do this without a Godspeed AMAN, because, you know, you're going to be hitting the same numbers anyways. But the thing is, I'm happy that I found this. I'm happy that I figured it out, because I'm not going to lie, I had about 8 off-screen attempts with the other team, and it didn't work. I was starting to get irritated, I'm not going to lie. So, I'm just going to go through, you know, in and out, just showcase exactly. I might just upload this as the raw video, honestly, just so I can showcase that I did it. Because genuinely, this was irritating. I cannot lie, this was super irritating. I'm happy though. I'm happy. I am. So, unlike last time, the strat starts a bit differently, where we place the Sanjis over here in this little corner. Basically, the strat is to place the Sanjis on the corner and the Amans over here. You'll see why soon. Essentially, the strat is just have Aman do most of the work and have Sanji clean up, and then at the end, make all the Amans target the strongest unit, which will be the boss, because if you kill the boss, he will not deploy any more puppets. If you can get rid of him, the least amount of puppets mean the highest chance you have to winning against him with these units. That is what I've discovered. Put down the Sakura right here, all boosted. Then we start with the Amans right here. Aman's just probably like top 3 rare unit. He's up there. He's just insane damage output for a rare. I was tempted on bringing Speedwagon for the challenge, but I don't know, I just feel like that goes against what the challenge stands for, you know? I want this to be the most bare bones, just struggle that it can be. So we actually upgrade the Sanjis first, since they're the backup. I'm going for the backup first, so that the, you know, spinning table, whatever it's called, that can actually go into effect. And trust me, it's going to be needed. You've seen before, Sanji's one of the best rares in the game. I wouldn't say he's the best anymore. That's the me thing. Doing my little bit of testing. I don't think he's the best in the game anymore. Which hurts to say, because, you know, he was the best rare in the game for a long time. Then AMAN came out and started to test that. My main issue is if this challenge somehow gets past Marineford 2, which it won't. Marineford 2 is where this will end, because there is no way that these guys can take care of Smoker. There's just no feasible way. It just won't happen. But I would just be fine if they can beat the first 4 chapters of the game. Because if you can beat the first 4 chapters, you can get a legendary or a mythic by that time. You can get a legendary within the first hour of the game. Like, if you just don't summon, if you summon the bare minimum amount of units, like I've said this before in a video, if you summon the bare amount of units, like just form a team of 4, and you just go, and you just save up gems, you can get a legendary within an hour. The game spoon feeds you gems. Just people don't like to save up. They're like, oh, what if I just, you know, get it on the, you know, this summon or this multi? That's the issue. It's a gacha game. You're gonna think like that, and then you're not gonna get it, and then you're gonna be irritated that you didn't. But it's your fault that you didn't. You yourself are the reason why you didn't pull it. Because you didn't save up. Which is why I try telling people, Because like, oh yeah, this game's bad. It's pay to win. You know, you have to do this and this and that. Just have some patience. Because it's not. It's really not. This game is quite, like, not free play. This game is pay to play. People say pay to play. Sorry, I'm tired. I did a lot of grinding lately. Had to evolve Yuta and Gojo and all those guys. But the game, while you can pay to get an advantage, right? That's every game. Most games on Roblox, you can pay to get an advantage. That's just how it is. They make the game, they want money for it. That's understandable. But in a game like this, you have to realize you're fine with not spending money. You don't need to. Traits aren't needed as much as you think they are. If you can get like a superior 3, a nibble 3, or a range 3 on a unit, that's perfectly fine. That will work. Like, AMAN has Godspeed, Goku has Sniper, that's because they're rare units. You get these a lot. The chance of you getting a unit of this caliber with those traits are really high. It's just gonna naturally happen. Now we set the AMAN's the strongest. Now we'll see AMAN's are set the strongest. We have to wait for money to upgrade them to their final move. The final move is why he's so good. Smash. It does cost 5k, which is quite a lot, but it's worth it. Because we get it. As we can see, he has 20 range, and it's a pretty decent sized circle. It's bigger than Sanji's. It's a big circle. You want this. And of course, we will set down the Josuke. Set him to strongest. Wait for the money. There we go. But yeah, I'm happy that you could finally beat the stage. You probably could have with the level cap increase. It's just I didn't want to go too far above what the game recommended. You know? Because I didn't want to go in this like, oh, level 100! Guys, I could beat it! Of course you can, it's level 100. Like, it's gonna happen. I want to keep it in the range of 60, like 50 to 65, and that higher range, you know? I didn't want to go super far up. Because I feel like that defeats the whole point. Ugh. But yeah, just genuinely, this game, I've heard a lot of complaints about it, and I will say the game does have issues. The main one being is if you want certain units, the grind is horrendous. A good example being Perfect Cell. I did the Perfect Cell grind. I never want to do it again. It was actual misery. I will admit, it was pain, actually. Certain mythic evos are kind of stupid. Like the Yuta evo requiring 200 orbs. 200? That's a bit too much. Like 100 would have made sense. 100 would make sense. Not 200. Raids need to last like 2 hours instead of 1. Remember when the game first reopened, when the West City raid came out, it was open for 4 hours? Everybody was ecstatic. We thought they were going to stay open for 4 hours and be down for 4 hours. That would have been fine. We would have been okay with that. Personally, I think a balance of 2 hours up and an hour down would be perfect. That is like the perfect one you can get. 2 hours up, 1 hour down. But, you know, you want more players playing your game, so, you know, have them be on longer when the raids are shorter, which doesn't sound like it makes sense, but when you think about it, it does. It's weird. Here's where we're starting to get into it. I'm going to place Josuke right here. This is... I'm really scared that this won't work. Because I beat it off camera. I did it off camera just to test. I did. I just really want to see if it'll work again. Because I'm genuinely terrified. Probably should turn off auto skip. That's my fault. essentially, when you set them the strongest, they will target the strongest unit first, right? So with this, let me just gotta reset, I'm sorry. They'll target the strongest, which is Sasori, who, once damaged to a certain percent, he will change into Sasori again. Go with that last upgrade. This is where we have to pray that they kill him. The puppets are not what we're worried about right now. We need to just kill Sasori. They will target the strongest, which is Sasori, luckily. You said Josuke the strongest. Basically, this is a game of how fast can I sell the unit after we kill them. Because they will leak through with a couple. He will make new puppets. There we go. Okay, we have to speed run. We should be good. This should be it. It's a little bit different from when I actually beat it. Just by a bit. He's probably gonna break through that, sadly. There we go. Finally. There you go. You can beat it. You can do it. With just rares, you can beat the first 4 chapters of Anime Adventures. This was quite the ride, I'm not gonna lie. Let me probably making more of these. I'm gonna try Marine Ford. God bless my soul. You know, tune in next time, you know. Standard YouTube, like and subscribe. Ooh, look at me. Ooh, do do do. Ooh, do do do.